Fishing like a local isn't just about catching fish. It's about connecting with the environment and the people who call it home. It's about hearing the stories and traditions that have been passed down for generations and sharing unforgettable moments with the people you meet along the way. Fishing like a local is having an experience that stays with you forever. And with Fishing Booker, you can experience it too, no matter where you are. Discover your next adventure on Fishing Booker.
Every day when we're on the road, people around us endanger themselves and others by using their phones while driving. They think they're hiding it, but we've all seen them and know exactly who they are. For instance, there's a sneak-a-peeker who darts their eyes between the road and their text. There's also the got a ticketer, looking upset because they just got a ticket for using their phone while driving. And what about the fast scroller who can't drive 5 minutes without updating their social media feeds? Or the night lighter who has that mysterious glow illuminating the inside of their car after dark? Do any of these sound familiar? If they remind you of yourself or someone you know, rethink your behavior before you find yourself becoming the fender benderer, the veering off the roader, or worst of all, the driver who killed someone. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
I'm Erica Lynn, and we all know the ocean is the most demanding environment on Earth, consistently testing the reliability and durability of our equipment. When you spend as much time fishing as I do, you know that reliable gear is essential for staying on the water. This is why I went with the Abyss battery to power my trolling motor, electronics, and outboard. The guys at Abyss Battery are rattling the saltwater industry by manufacturing performance marine batteries specifically designed for sonar, outboards, trolling motors, and electronic fishing reels. They're also Bluetooth compatible, so I found checking battery statuses right on your phone while you're out on the water is a huge game changer. To learn more about why Abyss batteries are used by the pros and factory installed by premier boat builders, visit abyssbattery.com.
I'm Will Cooper, host of HuntStand's Make Your Mark podcast. For even more content, be sure to watch the original films from HuntStand Presents on the Waypoint TV channel every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Visit waypointtv.com to learn more.
Welcome to the Bowhunter Chronicles 5-Minute Fix, weekly quick-to-the-point episodes of tips, tricks, reviews, and rants. Your 5-minute time limit starts now. All right, today, what we're going to be doing to continue on with our budget bow versus flagship shoot-off is I'm going to go into kind of the first impressions of the Bear Paradigm. So we talked a little bit about this on the last podcast, but it doesn't necessarily give you the whole picture. You know, John talked a little bit about some of the more higher level things, but I think some of the stuff that we would be looking at on this bow, like when you first pick it up, is fit and finish. So one of the things that I noticed, I always look because I'm really hard on my bows, is at the cam. So one of the things that I've looked at in the past, every year from being in the dirt and things like that, is any sharp edges or anything on your cams, burrs, those can start to nick that serving, have a problem with the string, all that stuff. So on the outside of the cam, there's like some chatter marks from the machining. The machining isn't what I would say the best on this, but it's all on the outside. It's not on the inside of the cams. So that's what I'm looking at. And everything looks fine, but if I were to pay twice the price of this bow, or if this was Bear's flagship model and they had that same sort of stuff, I would probably be looking at that and saying, man, maybe I want to look at something else. Because if that's one of the main things that's going to cause damage, I would want them to pay a little bit more close attention. Another thing, and this is all just like really nitpicky stuff, but this is just me looking at the fit and finish of this bow, and it's $659. That's their price on it for this ready to hunt package. We'll go into like the components and stuff like that. And we've done podcasts on this in the past, but the limbs, to me, they just the way that the finish is on them, there's definite like marks that you can see in them from like the lamination or whatever, however they make them. They just don't seem very polished. So from dollar for dollar standpoint, it just seems kind of cheap. And that's not me. I don't want to make this sound like I'm hating on this bow. I'm just telling you like what my first impressions are, because I really only care about how they shoot. I think the purpose of this podcast series, what we're doing here, is just simply to say, if we were building drag cars or something like that, it all comes down to performance. So if you've got a rat rod that looks like a piece of crap that has all the money in the motor, and you've got something that looks really nice and it's, you know, not as fast, but man, it's really cool to drive around. Like, I think that that's the whole point of this, kind of like what I'm going for. So maybe this thing looks like a turd, but if it can perform just as well, we know that it's going to kill deer, but we just want to see how it performs on these long shots, all of that stuff. And it's just a fun thing to do. So it's kind of, one of these rat rod budget build type things. And that's the way that I'm looking at it. That's the way that I'm seeing this. So I'm not hating on this bow. I'm just telling you that's what I'm seeing. So some of the cool features on this bow is it does have like the pick rail, for the integrated components, both on the front and back. So for a rest and a sight. And the sight does come with a pretty nice light. But one of the things that I think holds these bows back when they do this in a ready to hunt package is where on the surface it seems like a great idea. It just is a really cheap looking and feeling sight. And so for someone who's really going to hunt, really going to use this bow, that's the first thing that I would upgrade would be the sight, because it just seems like, any sort of hard fall or anything like that's going to damage it. The draw cycle on this bow, because we're running out of time here, is really good. Like it's nice and smooth. It cams over pretty nicely. It is a great drawing bow. Shoots, the vibration isn't too bad. Other things that are in this riser, it's a caged riser for one of the first times I think Bear's done that on a non-flagship bow, as well as on the back it has a threaded spot for stabilizer. So it's already got that, so you don't have to figure out where to put the stabilizer, how to do that on the back. And then just one more thing, it comes with a pretty decent quiver. For the money of all the components on this bow, like the quiver is the one thing that I would keep. And out of the box for $650, I don't think you can beat it. Really excited to see where this podcast goes, where this shoot off goes. And that's all the time we got for today. Thanks for listening. Definitely check these out, especially some of the non-ready to hunt models, because there's not a lot different between that Alaskan XT and this one. Sorry, I'm out.
One of the most legendary shows in the outdoors is on Waypoint TV. Don't miss Primo's Truth About Hunting, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on Waypoint TV, the destination for outdoor entertainment.
Oh, that's awesome.
Don't miss Thursdays with Saltwater Experience, brought to you by Golden Boat Lifts, every Thursday night from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern on Waypoint TV, the destination for outdoor entertainment. Don't miss Mondays with Into the Blue, brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, every Monday night from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern on Waypoint TV, the destination for outdoor entertainment.
Through the Blackwater bayous and in the dark Louisiana night floats a duck camp, alive with the sounds of swamp pop and the smells of Cajun cooking. From the Mississippi Delta in Venice to the Cajun prairies of the Southwest, me and the Duck Camp Dinners crew will be hunting and eating it all. This is Duck Camp Dinner. Join me, Chef Jean-Paul Bourgeois, and the whole crew every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern on Waypoint TV.